Hi, welcome back. This is Mr. Erlin. We're going to talk briefly today about writing two-column proofs of triangle congruence. This is tier 1. This is the basics. So if you're presented with two triangles and you're given various pieces of information about their congruence and you want to try to prove that they're congruent, we're going to use a process called a two-column proof. We've done this before in other elements, of course. We know that we're going to start with a t-table. And we know that on the left-hand side we put our statements. And on the right-hand side we put our reasons. And we begin by claiming our given statements. So in this case, we're going to say that angle A is congruent to angle F. Now, as we know, in proving triangles are congruent, one of the most important things is going to be which theorems we use. And the order in which our pieces of information appear on the triangles are critical to determining which theorems we use, as well as the triangle congruent statement. So every time I write something into my proof, I like to transcribe it into my picture. So in this case, I'm going to say that angle A is congruent to angle F. And I'm going to put that piece into the picture. My reason for that is simply given. Next, I'll bring my second fact. In this case, my second fact is AC is congruent to FD. I know that's also given. And because I've written it into my statements, I want to transcribe that information up onto my picture. Well, when I have segments that are congruent, I'm going to put notations AC and FD are congruent. Now I'll bring in my third fact. In this case, it's also given. I'll transcribe that information into my picture. And given this picture, I can now determine, with the information given, what do I call it, and then determine if that information is sufficient to prove triangles are congruent. In this particular case, we know that this relationship, as we do with our Mario Kart, as I drive around here, I see that I pick up an A for this angle being congruent, I pick up an S for this side being congruent, and I pick up another A for this for this angle being congruent. Since that relationship matches over here, I know that I can claim with certainty that the triangles are in fact congruent by the theorem ASA. Now, what I haven't written in here and what's missing here is the triangle congruent statement. And this is so important. Oftentimes it's given to you, but it's so important that you're able to identify it. I need to show what matches A here. So I look back at my picture, and the notation of A matches with F. They both have two blue marks. B then is the second letter, which is the angle that's marked as not congruent. It is congruent, but it's just not marked that way, and it matches with F. And lastly, C corresponds with D. That's my triangle congruent statement. This is a completed proof. When I'm done, I can write QED to demonstrate I'm done. Thank you very much for your time.